Hey everyone, this is Joanne coming to you live from New York. I'm also known as #UnicornBoss. So as you guys are jumping online tonight, make sure you go ahead and hit me up with some unicorn emojis because those are my favorite. If you're grabbing me live, go ahead and leave me that number 1. And if you're catching me on the replay, go ahead and leave me a number 2. So I know it's super late tonight, you guys, but I had to work the late shift. So this is #real life right now. But I did just want to jump online and kind of share with you some of my favorite keto snack tips and tricks and hacks. So this is going to be a nice, short, fun, sweet video for our #Win It Wednesday. So super excited to kind of just share a little bit about my favorite keto snacks and kind of check in with you guys and see how you're doing today. So let me say hi to a few people real quick. Welcome. Go ahead and say hi and let me know where you're coming in from. If you're grabbing me live, go ahead and leave me a number 1. And if you're catching me on the replay, go ahead and leave me a number 2. So let's see who we've got online right now. Hi, Andrew, Bethany, Matt, Patty, Teresa, welcome. So thanks for jumping on. I know it's a little late tonight, so for that I am sorry, you guys. I had to work the night shift. So if I have any other fellow night shifters out there, go ahead and comment night or night shift below. I would be curious to know if you guys are just getting home from work as well. So by the way, if you're a brand new friend, don't forget to comment new below so that way I can circle back around and connect with you. And if we're not friends yet, don't forget to go ahead and send me a friend request and hit follow. So to follow my page, you just have to click on my face. It will take you over to my Facebook page, and then you want to click follow there so that way you get all the updates on my live videos. I want to make sure you're not missing out on all of the fun keto things that we do here on my page. So this is going to be a fun Win It Wednesday. So typically on Wednesdays, I try and keep it nice and simple, and we just talk about some of the most common keto questions. So if you have any, feel free to comment in them here in the video. And I do take screenshots and jot the questions down, and I try and save those for future Win It Wednesday topics. So I thought tonight we would just talk about some nice and easy keto snacks. So I'd be curious to know, what are some of your favorite keto snacks? Why don't you guys go ahead and comment and share? I would love to hear about what some of your favorite snacks are. So by the way, how did everybody do today? Gosh, it's been such a crazy week so far for me. I feel like I've been running a million miles an hour here. And I was just chatting with my mentor. Quick side story. While I'm waiting for the comments to flow through, don't forget to share about what your favorite keto snack is. My mentor just sent me the most beautiful message, and she literally had me crying. So if I have like the crying eyes, that's why. Because I hit an amazing goal, and I did something last month with my business that I never thought was possible. And she had me crying. I'm a crier, you guys. Is anybody else a crier? I wear my heart on my sleeve, so I cry at like the bat of a hat. So okay, so Bethany said her favorite is salami and cheese. Awesome. Strawberry fat bombs. Loving it. So those are all some really good choices. So go ahead and keep commenting some of your favorite keto snacks. I would love to see and kind of shout out and share with you. I'm curious to see if we have any of the same. So these are going to be snacks that I do that are like quick and ready at the go. Of course, I like to do fat bombs, and I know that I've shared like my snickerdoodle recipe with you guys, so that's a great nice keto snack that's high in fat that you can take. But these ones here are going to be super simple. So this is going to be great for people that are brand new keto and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm struggling to get my fat and my protein in for the day. So I think that you'll really enjoy these and hopefully see how easy it is to kind of get some great sustenance out of some of these healthy keto snacks. So salami, cream cheese, and a pickle. Yes, girl, I love it. Actually, what's one of my favorite things to do is do like a fake deli sandwich. So you get some nice, make sure when you get your deli meat that it doesn't have any fillers in it, and put a slather of cream cheese with a pickle and wrap it up. That is a great snack, one of my favorites. Celery and cream cheese. Ooh, good choice, Anna. I love it. Hi, Juliet. Thanks for jumping on. So we're talking about keto snacks right now for anybody that's brand new and just popping on the video. So go ahead and feel free to comment what some of your favorite keto snacks are. Hi, Heather. And thank you so much for the share, Juliet. I appreciate it. By the way, if you guys love my page and you learn lots of things keto and you enjoy the high vibe, make sure you go ahead and share this video out to your friends and family or any appropriate keto groups. I so appreciate your love and support. So okay, let me go ahead and get started. So I've got a few things here that are some of my favorite keto snacks. So first things first, I've got some pepperoni. And I know this seems like just so easy and it can't be that easy, but truly it is. So for your pepperoni, it's high in a lot of fat. So it's really good for you. There's 14 grams of total fat in 15 slices of pepperoni. So one of my favorite snacks to do is pepperoni with some cheese. And it really does a big difference in boosting your favorite, sorry, not your favorite, but your healthy fat and protein macros for the day, right? Heather, salami and cheese. I love salami too. Make sure when you get your salami, you get an uncured salami and it's not full of fillers and all of that garbage. But you can do that as well. So with the pepperoni, you can get 15 slices. It's like a lot of meat. So I usually break mine up in 2 different ones. And so I'll do like, 7 or 8 like earlier in the day and then maybe like another 7 after my lunch. It's got 14 grams of total fat and where's the protein? 5 grams of protein. So a really great way to up your healthy fats and your protein for the day. So then when you couple that with some cheese, so I've got like just a Baby Bell cheese here. I actually prefer, I just didn't have any to show you guys. I actually prefer the Sargento, like the long like cheese sticks. So those are a great way that you can add that together with your meat. So these Baby Bells here have 6 grams of total fat, believe it or not, and 5 grams of protein in just one of these bad boys. So if you add your, what did I say it was? 14 grams of fat plus an additional 6 for your cheese, plus your protein and everything, that is a huge, awesome, super great keto snack. And yes, there is an uncured version of the pepperoni as well, absolutely. So, and for the salami too. I saw Heather sharing about the salami. You have to be careful with some of those because they do have sugar in them. So those are 2 of my favorite. By the way, both of those items don't have carbs. So, you can eat them and enjoy them and feel good about it. And that's one of the things that I love about keto snacks. One of my all-time favorite things is that you don't need to eat a lot of it. So back in the day before I was keto and I was counting calories, I was constantly munching throughout the day. They would always say, just keep grazing. Keep eating and eating, have 6 small meals a day with a few snacks. And I just felt like I was always carrying a refrigerator, like I was eating all day long. Can anybody relate? If you can, go ahead and leave me some hearts below. So one of my favorite things about keto is that like 14 slices of pepperoni, like that's a lot. And like that will keep me full all day long because it's so high in fat and protein and good for you. So you can have these keto snacks and you don't need to eat a lot, which is really key. So okay, so here's another one of my favorite snacks, and you guys are gonna laugh at this one, but here we go. Eggs. Hard-boiled eggs are a great, great healthy snack. Ooh, almonds. Actually, that's one of the ones I have here, Heather. So we're gonna talk about almonds in just a little bit. But don't forget about your eggs, you guys. They're so good for you. High in protein. There's 6 grams of protein in each egg, depending on the size of it. So I love to make a few hard-boiled eggs. I'll make them in advance on like a Sunday night and have enough to take every day with my lunch or add them to my salad. I love to have them as a snack, like either just after my lunch or kind of like later on in the night, which is really, really nice. Teresa said she likes to take a large pepperoni and wrap it in mozzarella cheese and stick it in the microwave. Shut up. Why haven't I thought of that? That is genius. What a great idea. Loving it. So feel free to keep commenting and sharing what some of your favorite keto snacks are. So Heather said almonds, so I am going to talk about the almonds real quick. This is just a really big bag of dry roasted, lightly salted almonds. Make sure when you get your I was going to say your protein. I mean, technically it is a protein, but make sure when you get your nuts that you're not getting the ones that have sugar in them, and a lot of them do now, like a lot. It's almost hard to find like a plain nut nowadays because everything is like drenched in, brown sugar, caramel, chocolate, everything, the whole 9 yards. So one thing I will say about almonds is I know for me, I have to be really careful with these because they, the carbohydrates do add up fast. So while nuts are great for you and they're a great source of protein, just be really careful with your portion control. So if you're keto, you're looking to stay usually between 20 and 25 grams of total carbs per day. If you're working out consistently and that's something that's really a big focus for you, you can actually up your carbs to 30 or 35 grams, but you have to be doing that workout like every day consistently all the time. Like that's a huge part of your lifestyle. Otherwise, I would stay between 20 and 25 grams of total carbs. So these here, if you do a quarter of a cup, have oh no, is it 6? Hold on. Yeah, there's 6 grams of total carbohydrates in a quarter of a cup, which is not a lot of nuts. So I have to be really careful with these. I actually do measure out the quarter of a cup, and then I usually tell myself I can only have half the bag, and I split it up because 6 grams is like, what, a quarter of my carbs for the day. So, you know, if I'm planning on eating a lot of other things, cheeses and stuff like that, you know, you can blow through these pretty quickly, and before you know it, you're at like, you know, 10-15 grams of total carbs for the day. They're just so crunchy and salty and delicious. I'm like that person where when I eat salty, delicious, crunchy things, it kind of reminds me of potato chips, and I just want to eat more. So it's a little compulsive for me. I have to be careful, but you can definitely enjoy them. So in your almonds, if you do a quarter of a cup, there's 15 grams of total fat, so super high on the fat scale. And how much protein? 6 grams of total protein. So this is a great keto snack for you to give a try on your keto journey. I do net carbs because total carbs add up really quickly, and it's always been really successful for me. I know some people will only do total carbs, so you just have to kind of play with it and see what seems right for you. But for me, net carbs have been really wonderful. I just, you know, I always subtract my, you know, sugar, alcohols, and my fiber, and I'm fine. I haven't had any issues, and I've lost well over 50 pounds at this point by now. So I want to share another nut for you that I've actually switched over to. I tried not to do actually almonds as much anymore because I feel like the carbs are a little high, honestly. So I actually prefer macadamia nuts. So here's another great keto snack. It's got a little bit more fat. So let me see here. We'll do a quick comparison for the two. So for the almonds, you've got 15 grams of total fat. So for the same amount of macadamia nuts, you actually have 21 grams of total fat. So it's quite a bit more fat on the macadamia nuts. And guess what? Because they're higher in fat, these make me fuller faster. So I get more satisfaction and I feel more satisfied out of the macadamia nuts than I actually do the almonds. But I have both because if I eat these every day or every few days, I do get bored of them after a while. So I like to kind of switch it up and keep it fresh. Or you could mix a little of both. I usually put some just like in a little baggie or a little resealable container when I go to work, and then I have them when I feel like I'm just a little bit hungry and I need something to kind of just to help sustain me through my day. There's also less carbohydrates. So that was what kind of keyed me into macadamia nuts and why they're so awesome. So there's 4 grams of total carbs in the same amount, a quarter of a cup, as the almonds, which I think is pretty cool. So less carbs. And what is the protein? Protein is a little bit lower. Interesting. So 2 grams of protein on the macadamia nut versus the almonds, which have 6 grams. So if you're somebody that does great with your fat and you're struggling to get your protein in, you may want to consider the almonds versus the macadamia nuts. But I really do enjoy the high fat in the macadamia nuts. They're just so creamy and soft and delicious, and I feel very full when I eat them, and I get full fast. So, ooh, olives are a good one, Heather. I love that one. They're very high in fat, so they're good for you. Okay, let's see. What else do I have here? So, okay. Coming down to my last few that I wanted to chat about, and one of them's going to be kind of controversial, so we'll see what you guys feel about. I'm going to save that one for last. So I actually don't have any avocados with me, so I can't show you like the physical avocado, but I did want to talk about avocados and how much I enjoy them as a healthy snack. They're super high in fat, so sometimes when I come home from work, especially doing what I do right now, I come home from work and it's late, and if I have to prep for a keto kitchen and I'm going to do a video, sometimes I'm so hungry, I kind of need to eat right away. Otherwise, I won't make it through the rest of the night. So I love to have a half of an avocado. It just really quenches that hunger. It makes me feel full and satisfied, and I just love the way the fat feels in my stomach. I don't know if that sounds weird, but I really do love it. The fat really is just helps you feel full and gives you lots of energy, and I just feel like my brain functions better when I eat that high fat like that. So Thank you so much for the love, Shell. I appreciate it. I'm glad you popped on tonight. So let's talk about avocados real quick. So if you're gonna do a half of an avocado, it's only 2 grams of total carbs. It's 2 grams of protein, so it's low on the protein end, but it's got 15 grams of total fat. So what I like to do is I do a half of avocado and I slice it up nice and thin, and then I do a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil on top of that. So if you add on the olive oil, that's an additional 14 grams of fat there, and then I do a light sprinkling cracked Himalayan pink salt right on top. So you're getting your minerals and your electrolytes from the salt, you're getting the fat from the avocado and all of the nutrients and the minerals in there as well, and then the fat from the olive oil. And it's an awesome snack. So I know it might sound crazy because I remember the first time somebody told me to drizzle some olive oil and put some salt on my avocado, I truly thought they were crazy. So if you haven't tried it yet, please try it. I swear you will love it. Maybe I'll do a nice quick keto kitchen one night with some avocado and show you how I actually make it and how easy it is. And I promise you it's delicious. You will love it. So I've got my last final favorite 2 keto snacks here that I want to chat with you about. So one is, and you got to be really careful with this one too, is the berries. So these are some blueberries here, and I'm about to eat one because, you know, it's late at night and I still kind of haven't had my dinner yet. So I love avocado too, you guys. So I love it. You can hit me up with the avocado emojis. So you guys do have to be careful with the blueberries. But I'm just such a fan because blueberries are so full of antioxidants and they're so good for your body. And they help prevent free radicals and all of that. I'm just a little geeky on the science. I know a little bit, but not a whole lot. Plus, they taste delicious. So as long as you can control yourself, they're kind of like the almonds that I was telling you about. As long as you don't go crazy, you can have some blackberries, some raspberries, some strawberries, like Heather said, some blueberries. These are at the very tippy top of your keto pyramid. So at the bottom, you have all of your fats, all of your proteins, some of your dairy products, and at the tippy top is what your sugars are when you're keto. So the berries and things like that have to be super minimal. But I've been loving lately just because there's so much fresh blueberries out there right now because it's the season and they're just so plump and delicious and wonderful. So if you do a 1/4 cup of blueberries, it's got 3 carbs in it. So it's a little high, and that's just a 1/4 cup. That's not a lot of blueberries. So I actually do measure out these bad boys because, you know, your eyes are deceiving, and as you're eating them, they're kind of like chips. Like they disappear very quickly and you don't remember how much you've eaten. So I usually do measure out those bad boys and make sure I keep it to a 1/4 cup. So that way I'm only getting those 3 grams of carbs, but they're still good for your body and they still do wonderful things for you. So in the beginning, when I first started keto, I wouldn't have any fruit at all because most keto fruits, it's like a no-go. You can't have it. So if you guys miss fruit at all, go ahead and comment below with your favorite fruit. I would be curious to know, or you can do your favorite emoji. But I went a few months there and I didn't have any fruit at all, and I really started to miss it. And I thought, you know what, let me just try being cautious with it and see what it would do for me. And I found that I was fine. But one thing I would say for those of you that are brand new keto, you may not want to start with fruit in your diet because the whole idea is when you're brand new and you're first starting, you do want to kind of like detox your body. You do want to kind of purge that sugar out of your system. So it might be nice for you to kind of take a break and just not do the fruit and not do the high sugar stuff your first month and let your gut heal, and the candida will start to purge out of your gut and you will start to rebalance yourself, which is really, really beautiful. So yeah, I see all of the fruit emojis, and I miss watermelon probably the most, especially this time of year because watermelon is amazing. But yeah, so I have my final keto snack that I'm going to share with you guys, and this is going to be super controversial, so hopefully we won't get in fights here. So on my page, we only do love, you guys, so you can disagree with me respectfully. That is totally fine, and you have to listen to your body and find what's right for you. But I'm going to show you guys something that may blow your mind. I don't know. We'll see. So does anybody do a super dark chocolate? So this is a 90% cacao. This is made by Lindt, so it's high quality here. curious to know, do any of you guys ever do a chocolate on keto? And like I said, this is going to be super controversial, so hopefully we won't like have the cat fights coming out right now. But here's the thing. You can, I think my personal opinion is, as long as you can control yourself, and I would say definitely not your first month, but once you're a few months into your keto and you're doing really well and you've developed good eating habits, you can have a super dark chocolate, high dark. And this takes some getting used to, because this doesn't taste like the chocolate that you're used to, like your Hershey's chocolate. This is almost like baking chocolate. It's 90% dark cacao. Oh, Heather, girl, high fives. After my own heart. And yes, you could do the Lily's, which is sugar-free, so then you don't have to worry about it at all. And you're absolutely right, Kelly, occasionally. This can't be an everyday thing, so don't go crazy on this and eat all the chocolate and then tell me you gained weight, okay? So hear me fully with lots of love. But this is something you could do once in a while. Dark chocolate is actually good for you. It's good for your heart, and it has so many good healing benefits for your body. And guess what? It's actually really high in fat. So in 4 squares, this has 22 grams of total fat. And I should have plugged this into my Senza app because I never eat 4 squares. I just do 1 square. So like on this one here, I'll just open it for you so you guys can see what it looks like. So when this comes out, you can kind of see in here, the squares are like this big. So I'll do like 1 square and I snap it in half or in quarters and I put it in my mouth and I let it melt, and I really treasure it because it's a super treat. But occasionally, in my opinion, and I'm glad that there's a few others on here that agree, I really feel like you could do a super dark chocolate. There is 3 grams of sugar in this bar here. Oh no, sorry, not in the bar, total. In 4 squares. So 3 grams of total sugar in 4 squares, and I never eat 4 squares. I only ever have 1. So it's minimal sugar that you're introducing to your diet. You're getting whatever 4 divided by 22 is, I don't know, you're getting like 6 or 7 grams of total fat per square. And it is really a very great healthy fat for you to have occasionally and kind of introduce into your diet. And what I find too, I'm so glad, Heather, you and I are on a roll, on the same page here. I love it. But what I find that is if I have a small dark piece every once in a while, it doesn't make me want to cheat. Does that make sense? So, you know, if I'm feeling like I'm missing out, or, you know, I really just want to have something special, I could treat myself to that super dark chocolate and know that I'm doing something good for my body and it's good for me. And I'm not totally, I'm not totally destroying my keto, routine there. So I had a little skin from the blueberry. For anybody that missed it, I ate some blueberries on live camera with you all, which I shouldn't have done. So, so yeah, I'm glad to see, Laura, too, that you guys will occasionally treat yourself to some dark chocolate. I thought I was going to get so much hate on that. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should bring this and talk about it. Going to cause all the controversy, you know, because, you know, if you're strict keto, you won't have anything with sugar at all. But I am a really big believer about everything in moderation. So while I won't go have a Twix bar, you know, I could have 1 square of super dark chocolate and savor it and get those healthy fats in. And the dark chocolate is good for your body. It's got lots of natural healing benefits. So, which is why so many of the ancient peoples used to do like, you know, the dark chocolate with the spices and all of that, which I really, really love and enjoy. So, well, thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I hope you learned a few things about keto snacks and how they're good for you and how to use them to your best ability to get your, to increase your protein and your fat, and also how to maybe kind of like be careful about going over on some of these things and how I kind of track them and use them, you know, for my lunches and things like that to help sustain me throughout my work day. So thank you all so much for joining. Have a great night. And I've got another late night tomorrow, you guys. So I do have a recipe picked out to do a keto kitchen, so hopefully it won't be too late, but I'm hoping to do some cooking with you all tomorrow. So thank you all, have a great night, and I'll be back to chat with you guys again soon. Take care.